Alright guys, let's see how we can solve question 34 from engineering mechanics. And in this one we have the resultant of the two forces that has a magnitude of 650, and we need to determine the direction of the resultant and the magnitude of the force P. So if we use our triangle rule, we're going to have this force that is 500 pounds, and we can draw the force P in this direction, and the resultant of these two would be the vector that connects the tail of the first one to the head of the second one. So this is our R, which the question is telling us this is 650 newtons. So I see a discrepancy in the units, so let's just assume that this unit is 500 newtons instead of pounds, just to be consistent with the unit. So we're solving the question based on this assumption. And what we know that for the angles, we know this angle is 60 degrees. It's a given in the question. So which means this angle here would be 120 degrees. So we should be able to find one of the angles based on this. For us, it makes sense to just call this angle alpha. So we're going to use the law of sines, and we're going to have the sine of alpha over the side that's facing that angle, which is 500, is equal to sine of 120 over r, which is 650, and this should give us the angle alpha. So basically our alpha in here would be sine inverse of 500 times sine of 120 degrees divided by 650. So this is basically just, we need to cross multiply this, and this is basically our sine of alpha. All right, so let's just calculate this. Sine inverse of 500 sine of 120 divided by 650. That's going to give us the angle alpha 41.77 degrees. And now that we have that angle, finding the other angle in the triangle is pretty easy. If you just call this beta, our beta would be 180 minus 120 plus 41.77. So let's just calculate what we get for beta. 180 minus 41.77 plus 120. So beta would be 18.2 degrees. And now we can figure out the angle that R makes with our horizontal, basically this angle, which is the angle that we are looking for. 90 minus beta, or because this will be a right angle, 90 minus 18.2 degrees, so minus 90, 71.8, just rounded up. So now that we have the angle, so the direction part is done. We just have to do one more time the law of sine. If we just continue our law of sines in here, this will be also equal to, now that we have the beta, it will be sine of beta, which was 18.2 over P, and from here we can find P pretty easy. So our P would be 650 times sine of 18.2 divided by sine of 120. Let's see what we get. So 650 times sine of 120, sine of 18.2 divided by sine of 120. So our P would be 234.4 newtons, and direction of the R, we can just show it like this. This will be our R, and this would be the angle that we were looking for, which we found was 71.8 degrees. And yeah, that's pretty much everything for this one. Hope everything was clear. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.